It seems like forever and a day since we
Yeah,
talked to you. Just how you doing?
good. Yeah. So I got a heart issue, like they announced. Decided to put a pause on it. The way that it, uh, I guess, I don't know what the correct medical term for it is, but um, I got to monitor it. But it's nothing like life-threatening or life-altering besides football. I don't want to like speak on the actual medical stuff because I'm not a doctor. But the advice that I got was, I could make a decision. Um, the decision was safest to stop playing and reevaluate in a couple months. It would be a 6-month time period, so it would put me around March. But yeah, it's serious enough uh, where playing football put me at risk um, for further complications, and so being 300 pounds probably isn't healthy in general. So uh, that that didn't help the cause. So overall, yeah, it was tough, but you know I thank Spanish family, Chargers, Brandon, Giff, everybody for letting me hang around here and help out where I can. And yeah, so that's that.
So you'll wait till March maybe to make a decision on your football
Yeah, the
future?
the decision is after my last appointment with I met with a specialist who actually his entire career um, is on this particular portion of the heart, and his advice was yeah to stop playing. So that's probably 99% sure that's what's going to happen. So it's just the safest. I mean, year 10, I don't know how many years I have left anyways. So sucks. Obviously, not how I would want this to end, but can't complain. Can't be sad about 10 years in. It's got to end for everybody at some point. So yeah.
How have you kind of come to terms with the finality of that, and then having it taken away so suddenly?
Yeah, I mean, it was hard at first, but again, like it would be devastating and tragic at like year 4, right? I mean, or before I even started playing. So I'm thankful for everything that I got to accomplish, everything, the teams that I've been on, the people that I've met, the friendships, and the battles that we've had out there. And there's so much to be thankful for that, like, I can't really be too upset. I mean, for sure, it sucks, but overall, there's a lot to be thankful for, and I feel like I'm resting my head on that. And again, I mean, it made it honestly the whole process, the decision, the coming months, everything from that point, when I had to stop. Being around here, being around the guys, being in the locker room made everything a lot more palatable and easy to take. So, yeah.
Corey, just to be clear on timeline here, so when you stopped playing after week 3, it was then you sort of realized that 99% chance that you're going to have to hang him up, or that sort of happened after?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact timeline, but when I found out, there's a whole backstory too. But ultimately, the important parts are, found out about it. I had to meet with a couple specialists. Met with obviously Dr. Yim, and kind of weighed all the risks. And in the coming weeks, came to a decision where it was like, okay, we could roll the dice here, but I don't think that's, especially long-term wise, I don't think that's fair to my kids or my family. And again, like everybody's done right by me here. So again, huge thank you to everybody here. Yeah, so.
I'm sure you've had some time to reflect here over the last couple months. Like, what moments, what things about playing football in the NFL are you going to cherish the most?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the locker room's the best part, and winning is also sweet. But like the times, it's like Mondays after a victory, Sundays after a victory are amazing, right? But being in the locker room with the guys, those are the times. Those are the best times that stick out in my mind. It's a special bond. elite group of guys and we're all very fortunate to even be in here, right? And that sort of bond that you get with guys who appreciate that, it's special, and I'll miss it. But I'm thankful that I even got to experience it, man. Like I never would have thought be in this position to begin with. So, yeah, cool.
Have you thought about coaching or
Yeah,
staying in the game?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little time off. I feel like I need just to take a break. It's as hard as the season is for playing, as it is on your body and your mind and everything, it was still being here. It's a lot. Like it stinks not being able to be out there. You have that drive. There was a time where I was like, man, let me get back out there, whatever. But you gotta just come to terms with it. You gotta be rational about things, and so yeah, I just need to take some time off, figure out my plan, moving forward, and talk to my wife, and just move forward. Yeah.
So Corey, just I want to make sure we're all on the same page here. So you're not 100% telling us you're retiring. There's still like a little wiggle room.
There's still there's still a little wiggle room, but I got to be evaluated again. I've already done some genetic testing, which that's come back positive, and so just more tests and keep it moving forward, and hopefully they all come back positive, and yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, how much weight have you lost?
Yeah, I've lost a good amount of weight. Yeah, that's
You're
yeah.
noticeably.
Yeah.
You've gone on the post-offensive like the
Yeah,
Whitworth
right.
Thomas.
I mean, it's that's part of the deal too. It's just again like being healthier in general. Like I said, being 300 pounds plus, I wasn't, but like being around there was is not healthy in general, and especially when puts extra unnecessary risk associated with this. So that was part of the the plan post diagnosis.
If you don't mind, how was that diagnosed? Were you feeling a certain way, and then all of a sudden you went and had it checked out?
Yeah, so I had had an arrhythmia that runs in my family. I had that taken care of in May, and from there, I had not been feeling like myself since that, and so that's after the, I met with doctors in the summer. They said I was good. Then come back, start playing, and I'm like, man, I'm just not myself right now. Like I don't understand why. And there were different symptoms and stuff. I won't bore you with that, but ultimately, what that led to me getting another scan, which then they found another issue, which totally separate. It was by coincidence that they found the other issue, which ultimately led to us evaluating, how risky, how much risk is associated with that. So yeah, so I know it's all like, again, I don't want to like speak too much on it because I don't want to say something that's not medically accurate. But ultimately, like the important part is like, I was at one point feeling symptoms from the ablation that I had done to correct for the arrhythmia, and that's what led to the other diagnosis.
Just how much family history and everything kind of give you pause too about trying to continue and
And that's something that I met with the docs too about. That they're like, hey, this is this is a bit serendipitous. Usually, it's like, hey, great that it happened now as opposed to in year one, but another, I guess, like silver lining of this is, hey, we caught this ahead of time. Now I can get my kids tested for something if they're, whether they're feeling symptoms, whether they're, we can get like, that's another thing, another reason we don't have like all the information with this, because I don't have like scans, because I've never had anything wrong, you know what I'm saying, with my heart. So with my kids, now we can be proactive, where it's like, hey, senior year of high school, let's get this test done, and then, okay, we can avoid X, Y, and Z for you, and they can be more proactive with their health than I was. But, again, I didn't know anything, so, yeah.
Can you walk and swim and
Yeah.
things like
Again,
that, ride
yeah.
a bike, whatever?
It's the
football
Yeah,
aspect.
it's literally like my job. Like it's like putting pressure, added pressure from like bracing and lifting heavy weights and stuff, which I've done for 20 years almost, So, so that's that. And, well.
Did Aaron and Urban and a lot of former teammates reach out to you
Yeah,
during
a
this
lot
process?
of people reached out. We're thankful that they all reached out. Family reached out. Everybody's been super supportive and been awesome to hear from everybody. And it's cool. Like that's what I was saying. It's pretty cool to. It's an honor and a privilege to be in any NFL locker room. And I feel like I've been in two great locker rooms where thoroughly enjoy being around everybody in here and everybody in Green Bay. It was a phenomenal experience in both places, and I wouldn't change it for the world.